Hello, hi there Cancerians, welcome to my channel. My name is Bella and how I work is I work with my spirit guides. That's how I do all my readings. So I basically interpret what it is they're trying to let me know in a very general way when it comes to your love life for September 2017 to give you some guidance, some insight and some wisdom or growth or whatever it is you want to take from these to help you when it comes to love and navigate it, let's hope, hopefully. So, my guides want to start this reading by asking all of you to listen to your own little whisper that happens in your head, which is your own inner voice, your own higher self, your own spirit guides. But they want you to really pay attention to it this month because it's a really gorgeous month. We've just had the solar eclipse. We're in a new cycle now of energy for the next 6 months, and it is the most positive, energetic time of the year out of all the months that there's been. And so most of the theme for most of my readings has been about people's viewpoints, but mainly for you guys, it's about really listening to your intuition, listening to that inner voice that whispers to you during the day, during the night when it comes to your love life, because it's really guiding you towards happiness. Even if that whisper is like, leave that person, you need to listen to it. If that whisper is, turn left, that whisper is, they're right for you. Listen to yourself above all people. Basically, listen to the whisper, listen to your dreams, because your guides are super active around you this month, basically. So this is how it's been shown to me as we go week by week. They're saying in the first week, there's a lot of you spending a lot of time on you. There's a lot of changes in your appearance, your home, your everything. You're about trying to affect the outside stuff, the external stuff to you, to impact the inside of you. I'm also getting here that somebody's trying to get your attention through generosity. So this would be them trying to spend money on you, paying for that haircut, or their generosity at the time. Maybe they're helping you decorate. Maybe they're being agreeable. Maybe they're just being nicer, giving more love. That is there in the first week. So there's a lot of things that you're doing to basically enrich your own world. But then at the same time, you have another person's attention, whether you're with them or not, trying to give you this attention for them to let you know that they care. And basically you should start to feel, because of both those two elements, that you may or may not realize it, but you have everything set up right in your life at this moment in time, at this astrological moment in time where things are really spinning off for the good, all in alignment for you. It's basically being signified that as you come into the second week, it's the end, definitely, of the old cycle of things not going perhaps so well for you. And some of it's got to do with what you keep in your life and what you don't keep in your life. So some of you in the second week will be listening to that inner voice that I talked about to let go of somebody because they definitely haven't been doing the generous thing, whereas for most of you, you would have done. So that's for a small number. I get some of you leaving situations, but it feels completely right for you to do. And it's definitely cutting them out for good. It's not temporary or anything like. It's like shown as a finality because it's an end of a cycle. But for others of you, where actually you're still in connections or you're still starting anew or you're hopeful for new, and you're getting this generosity and this attention, and you have all the ingredients lined up for this to flow really nicely, it signifies the end of the way of how things once was, that perhaps was a bit rocky, to it moving forward. This also would include in the first and second week people wanting to reconnect with you, because in the first week in particular we still have a little bit of the retrograde, where in those times people come back to us basically, and particularly if you split up with anybody in the retrograde, they should be back by the first week or so too, so that the rest of the month they can show you some generosity, appreciation, all that kind of stuff. That means it's an end of that dodgy cycle basically also too. And then I just get you, particularly if you're in an established connection or you just got back with somebody, feeling utterly content as you go through the rest of the month basically, because you really feel the vibrational shift. You feel you can listen to yourself, and if you had to make the hard decision to leave somebody, you really feel good about your decision. You really feel contented that you know where you're going And if you're in an established connection, you know where you're going with that person. You feel stabilized again. You feel like you can work together, and they, particularly if they're a water sign, feel grateful, feel happy, and feel absolutely probably more in love with you than you are with them right now. And you will feel it in what they say, what they do, what they everything. It is really, really good. So in the third week, guys, if you're single, look out for any water sign to be compatible with, because they will be absolutely besotted with you. It's like it's just like that month with water signs. Water signs seem to want to really get into a connection, but also really hold on to it. So, and you're a water sign, because you might also meet another. So anyway, it's lovely. It's contentment. You've cut away the past mentally and everything. You're listening and trusting your intuition more, and you're letting it guide you this month. And all it does is it guides you through this beautiful energy into good and great stuff. I get some of you also, again, this thing about decorating and house moving comes up. So for those of you in long-term established connections, you are going to be moving in, moving on somewhere else. The least the talks about it is definitely starting in this month also. I can't say anything better, basically, because even as I get into the fourth week, they're just saying here, you just feel like you look back a month or two and go, my life and how I felt about love was not like this. It feels so much better now. It feels like it's literally turned itself on its head. And you're really wanting to focus on that change and how good it feels, but also that you feel like somehow you had some sort of control over that you controlled yourself throughout it all, even through any dark times. And now you see the way forward and how it can be, but also you're thinking in much more creative, broader terms. Then, sometimes we are so socially conditioned, even when it comes to relationships, about what age we should get married, when we should be doing things, so on and so forth, that we can use that as a rule for how we predict relationships, or we see other people's relationships, and we think, well, our mind should be like that too. You suddenly realise that yours is authentic, yours is different, yours is unique, but yours is good. You seem to broaden away from the traditionalness and start to decide that the relationship goes yours and their way, and not the way that other people deem it should be. And it works perfectly for you. Why? Because you're listening to your inner voice and trusting it. So really content month, which I think a lot of you have needed to have as you go through now the rest of the year. And you'll use this, and I've said this to some other star signs, you'll use this to just help you to, like, it's like a spiritual growth. You will sort of understand your role in relationships and how you play a part in who and what you allow to hurt you or affect you, and then what choices you have to do about it, and to stop being so nice or to do more. You just have more awareness, basically, which is really super empowering and super good for you in this very positive month. So I really, really hope that super helped you to give sort of an overview about the energies that are around you this month when it comes to love and how that plays out in your life. Please do comment. I do love to hear from you all, and thank you all very much for your support so far. And if you'd like to know more about me and my services, again, just look at the links below. Great to hear from you. So you all have an amazing September, and I'll see you all in October. Take care.